everybody, I am Sarah Banks from Banks' Business Solutions, and today I want to talk about some of the things that you may want to consider if you're going to be working remotely, especially this summer coming up. As many of you know, I have always tried to integrate work and life and have taken several trips in the past travelling and working, and I'm going to be embarking on one again this summer. And I've been reviewing what I need to do and wanted to share that with you today. So there are 4 key areas that I want to talk about today. Firstly, data security. Now this is really important. Whether you are a UK-based business, EU-based business, or based somewhere else, you need to make sure that you're thinking about data security, and your country will have its own data requirements. We have UK GDPR in this country, there is GDPR in the EU. So the first thing to think about is using a VPN. Now public Wi-Fi can be quite risky. So having a VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network, basically is like putting a big cloak over your computer. It encrypts your connection and makes sure that people can't just hack into it. And public Wi-Fi is really easy for hackers to hack, and they do that. So having a VPN, really, really important, and ideally linking back to your country where your business is based. So for me, that would be linking back to the UK. The next one, which is something that I think we should be doing whether we're travelling or not, is using a password manager. So it's really important to make sure your passwords are secure. Unfortunately, saving them in your web browser isn't that secure. So password manager, my favourite is LastPass, but there are lots of others out there. It's great because it automatically fills your passwords for you, but it hides them. So no one's going to be watching you type a password on your keyboard or see your screen as you put a password in. Also, making sure your devices have got good antivirus and anti-malware software on them, and that is up to date and regularly scanning your machine to help protect you should something happen and someone be able to get access to your machine. And finally, backing up your data. So if you are traveling, there's always the risk that you could lose your device. So if everything's backed up to a cloud-based storage system, it means you're going to be able to get back up and running again really, really quickly wherever you are in the world. Then we move on to time zone management. Now this can be quite a challenge, as I know I'm absolutely rubbish with time zones. So I use online tools to help me to manage time and to work out what time of day it is, where my clients are based when I'm working. So one that I really like is timeanddate.com. So that's really, really useful for me, especially if I'm trying to schedule meetings with clients when I'm on the road, to say, okay, well, what time is it back in the UK and what time am I in where I am at that time? And the other thing is to set your devices to local time. Now, sometimes you think, oh yeah, I'd like to keep my device on my home country time, but actually setting your device to local time will help to avoid confusion and help your device know where it is in the world as well. So I prefer to keep my devices on at local time, but obviously having a world clock up to give me the UK time. The third area I want to talk about is visa requirements. Now these can be quite complex, as I am currently finding for my trip to Europe this summer. So some countries have specific digital nomad visas, while others may require you to have a tourist visa, but that does have some limitations on work activities. Now what you might find is that you kind of fall between the cracks. So if you're somewhere just for a week and you need to do a little bit of work, you might be on a tourist visa and that may not allow you to do as much work. So you really need to research this, find out what you need to do to make sure that you don't fall foul of any visa requirements in your countries. And the other thing to be aware is if you are a UK citizen travelling to the EU, at some point in the next couple of years, you're going to be required to actually apply for the ETIAS system, which is, it's been delayed until next year at some point. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much, but just being aware of that as well. But visa requirements are really, really important, as I said, to make sure you don't fall foul of any local rules. And my final tip is travel insurance. So make sure you've got travel insurance, but make sure that it also covers your devices while you're traveling, because a lot of policies won't cover business equipment. So make sure you've got insurance for your laptop and any other devices you take with you that belong to your business, but also make sure you're covered for any medical emergencies, as you would with any trip abroad, any holiday. And also, if you're travelling to Europe from the UK, make sure you get your GHIC card. This gives you up to 5 years access to state healthcare in the EU. So making sure you've got that so that you've got at least some free at the point of use care, but also your travel insurance to back you up on that. I hope this has been helpful, and if you are planning a work travel trip this summer, I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you on another video soon. Bye for now.